I have a joke for you.
Oh, goody.
It's actually a quote. My favorite quote that I read this week. After Matho blew up on social media this year for his games, the barometer just happened to be randomly drug tested by Asada in local footy. Embarrassing for them. He came back squeaky clean. Mitch Robinson said on social media. Now, Mitch, if I may, I tend to think that maybe, perhaps, he did not come back squeaky clean. And that maybe your mate, Mitch, is a bit of a cockhead.
We are 30 seconds in. We've had 2 weeks off. And you have just pulled out the machete and gone straight for the big guns.
We'll talk about it later, but that was a really funny thing I saw.
When they said squeaky clean, was he talking about the house that they had to visit?
The house that the test was in.
He actually cleaned up quite well.
We'll talk about it later, but that was just a funny quote that I saw today.
No, it's quite funny.
Yeah.
Thank God they don't test me.
Perfect time. Bye.
Here at the glass table, we're just like you.
I like to play football, I like to watch football, and I like to talk about football.
Yay. I like to play football, and I like to watch football, and I like to talk about football.
But we do things a little bit differently around here.
Life could be a dream, Jared.
Stupid sexy.
Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the glass table. It's episode 103. We have reached the. I really like when you do that. It's really cute. And
I've done it the last 3. Ever since we've hit triple digits, I've just done it. So I'm like, it's what's happening now.
I'm glad you're finding a branching out on your brand. Oh, Jared, welcome, by the way.
Thank you. It's very good to be here, having a good time. We're already making fun of Reece Matheson, which is something that I want to talk about later, but it's very, very funny. It's good to be here, though. You're right. It's been 2 weeks since our last recording, and it's just beautiful to be able to see your face once again.
Yeah. Well, ditto. A lot's happened in the last 2 weeks. We finished up the home and away season of the AFLW. We've had more delistings. We've had more potential. We've had draft talk, which we called out saying there's not enough draft talk, and all of a sudden there's so much draft talk.
A little bit more exciting stuff happening in the last week or so, which is good.
Port got Stuart Dew to the club, and he looks really slim in black.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's looking good, Stuart Dew.
He also looks a lot happier.
Yeah, you also brought in a truck to go with your car, which is very exciting. After all the plane talk from last year, you're really collecting movie titles, Planes, Trains, and Deals happening down in Port Adelaide.
I can just see the poster now. Ken's in the plane, taking off, and it's like a Fast and Furious style poster because then you got car and truck and
yeah,
you know.
Stewie's a tank.
And Stewie's a tank.
There's a bit going on down at Port Adelaide.
Yeah. Well, we're becoming, instead of getting high in the air and things like that, we're becoming a working class club again. We're on the ground doing the dirty work. Yeah. We're not like the Fast and Furious franchise where we end up in space. We're bringing it back to the roots, street racing.
Yeah.
So that's been cool. That's pretty much what's been happening, really.
Some rule changes. We've obviously had plenty of fixture chat, which we sort of half mentioned last time, and then more fixture stuff came out, and we'll obviously talk about that later in the episode. But we've had plenty of different little things happen, which is just it's classic off-season footy, isn't it? Like where all the players are off on holidays, so you can't get any of them for interviews or anything like that. So you're like, fuck it, what can we talk about? Fixtures, rule changes, delistings, awesome, love it.
It's real, just November areas.
Yeah. And I'm such a big fan of November footy chat. It's so good. And we're so close. I think I mentioned this last week. We're so close to blokes coming back and training the house down. That's my actual favorite part of footy. From November, like 15th onwards, where players come back and they're looking fucking good. We're already getting a little taste of it too. Sam Durham, that photo of Sam Durham yesterday.
Not only, I don't know how this hasn't gone through to be a stupid sexy, but
I literally was going to say, I could have gone that with my stupid sexy.
like Sam, damn. I tried it with Durham, but damn,
he looks big, doesn't he? A big
I
boy.
tell you what, it's so funny because like he's in my keeper league fantasy team, and I'm just as soon as I saw the photo, screenshot the fucker and put it in the chat. Boys, we're putting in hard work down a stupid sexy pair.
It's a big day. Zach Merritt's going to walk back in the club. He's going to be like, so
yeah,
I run the midfield now. Motherfucker.
He's not. He's taken over two lockers, one for each arm.
Off you go, Zach. See you later. Oh man,
down to the 40s, mate.
But that's the first taste of fucking looking pretty good. I love that. Like that's my favorite. Actually, it's not the first taste. I literally did one myself. I put Marcus Wintag on the front of the carousel the other day because I was like, looks good. But it's like the classic off-season thing where it's just photos of the boys running around. You're like, oh, look at him. Jeez, he's looking fucking ripped today. And
and it's starting to get to little. Yeah. It's like tan areas as well because they've just come back from their little holidays.
Italy and shit. Yeah.
Roll down your socks, lads. I just want to see the sock tan.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. It's actually my favorite type of footy. And like all the tweets from the nuffies on Twitter and stuff just being like, oh, saw bloody so-and-so running laps this morning. God, he's looking pretty good.
I'm enjoying we come out of the trade period and you get all the, he's running laps, he's looking good, he's building the tank, he's going to be an exciting machine next year. There was one with Sardis running around cones and hitting targets, and it was like he's working on his skills, and I'm like...
That's how you know it's off season. Elijah Sardis.
My favourite thing, though, is Western Bulldogs fans speculating Zach Butters. They're like, how is it that Bont and Butters are in the same country? They're in America. Oh, my God.
Yep.
We're at the same wedding.
The Bont's wedding.
Like, come on.
It's when the like you look a year in advance and you're like, who's where, like who's holidaying with who and who's seeing this person, and you start looking at that like, oh, okay, this is pretty interesting, and you see like players in different states and you're like, what are you doing there, kind of thing, and it gets a bit very, very funny. I love this time of year. I hope you can tell it's my favorite time of year.
It's a real stupid sexy time of the year.
Yeah, nice. Very, very good.
Stupid sexy
AFL player.
Yeah, well, stupid sexy time, obviously, and it's more about the moment, obviously, than anything. I think it's kind of just heroic, I guess, in a sense, because I haven't witnessed it before, and we've seen men, 100 goals for the club, or 100 goals here and there, and it's like, oh, congratulations, only 100 goals.
Yeah,
these women work so hard, tirelessly working hard, and my stupid sexy this week is just Gemma Houghton's 100 goal, because not only is it the surreal moment, the celebration of the girls with what they had,
the best,
absolutely phenomenal. The photo looks even better because it's just local footy vibes. And what's the pinnacle of this, and I think it's been overlooked, is Gemma Houghton was third in that list to make it.
Yeah.
4 goals. 4 goals for a woman to kick in a game is basically like 8.
Yeah.
In a sense. And Gemma Houghton doing it, she is a legend of the AFLW. And I was over the moon, Bittersweet, because it's like, I reckon if there was one team outside the top 8 right now.
Yeah, there would be. Especially the back end form. Absolutely.
Port Adelaide missing out on finals this year is a is a missed opportunity to do another bit of damage.
Yeah, definitely.
But Gemma Houghton kicking 100 goals. An honourable mention to that, Indy Tahoe, 25 goals for the year, the leading goal kicker.
She's on historic pace, Indy Tahoe.
Yeah.
She's on historic pace to hit that 100.
she's going to hit 100. No worries about that. But like, she's also broken the record for the most goals kicked in a season.
Yep.
It's the little things, man.
Good thing. I was a big fan of that. Like I put the tweet out when it happened, but the celebration is one of my favorite things I've ever seen. Just because it's so good, and you can tell like they all planned it without it. You can tell they were like, "Hey, if she hits it, we should do this thing. It'd be really funny." And so they like got it all sorted. It was so good. Such a big fan. In fact, yeah, like you said, she came from third. Jasmine Garner got stuck on 99. And now she has to hit it in finals. But like Garner's would have been funny because it would have been in her 100th game as well. It was just all these different things. It was so funny. I like a thing that goes similar to that. Sorry, you can go before you do.
No, I just forgot to completely mention the fact that she did it after the fucking siren.
Yeah. Incredible. After the siren, which is also added theatre. A thing that happened today that I thought was just incredible, and it was so funny. So obviously we had 100 goals. We also had today the first person to hit 1,000 tackles over their career, and that's Ebony Marinoff for the Crows. And Swamp Thing posted it as like its thing, and it was Marinoff with 1,000, and the closest to her was 768. She is miles and miles and miles clear of the next person. I'm like, oh my god! Like fifth was like our Jamie Lambert for St Kilda, and she's like 500. I was like, doubled fifth. Like I was like, holy shit! You fucking played a lot of tackles over your career.
Ebony Marinoff packs her tackles in her kit bag.
Tackles hard, and I was like, oh my god! So yeah, that was really funny too. But yeah, no, I love that. Love that from
AFLW slept on, I reckon, at the moment.
Been having a good time
because it's fucking November and we're too busy looking at Sam Durham in the gym, crying out loud. Anyway, what's yours?
My stupid sexy this week is another moment, a bit of a celebration. Actually, kind of ties in pretty well. Another moment, it's a bit of a celebration of something that has been a long time coming. And my stupid sexy is ThePear hitting 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. Obviously, it happened during the week. Just a great YouTube channel all around. Not sure if you'll watch this, but yeah, just a lot of respect to him for absolutely fantastic milestone. And yeah, just thought it was very, very cool. A very stupid, sexy celebration, if I don't say so myself.
Talk about hitting November areas.
No, I got you off guard with that. That was pretty good.
No, you've done well. Yeah, congratulations to ThePear. He did well.
If he watches this, don't know if he'll watch this.
Yeah, again, like if he tunes in, I mean, he's gonna put the intro in there, and there'll be a super sexy clip. Put in a couple of photos, and then the outro, and then edit it up, and then upload it to the ThePear channel, and people get to view it from 3:30, 4 p.m. tomorrow. And when they watch this, they'll think, "What's he going on about?" I'm ThePear.
And congratulations to you.
Self clap. Thank you. That did catch me off guard. Stupid sexy hair all rounder.
Stupid sexy celebration from everything. It was very, very good.
6,000 is a lot of people trusting you with nonsense.
A lot of people watching Ben Rutten videos, which I learned more about Ben Rutten. Learned more about Ben Rutten than I ever had any right to. So big fan.
Jared watches more Port Adelaide videos than he does St Kilda videos, and he works at the club.
The fucking football.
Yeah, like great, like the Saints have made their first ever. You could have used that as their first ever, AFLW Finals.
I love it. I didn't even think of that.
You could have used that. You could have gone many other things, and you've gone, hey, actually, what about this other guy?
I liked it. I think it's good.
Well, it's good to know your priorities are me.
Yes. Than everything else.
Struggling to find anything else, really.
But no, big fan. Very good stuff.
Well, we might as well just go straight in with the AFLW Finals.
Yeah. Very funny. Like, it was kind of funny, like heading into this round, all these different scenarios and everything like that. And then because West Coast lost on Friday, it really just like sent a lot of people just like, oh no, here's who's going to be. Like it immediately made Carlton and Saints lock in, which was very, very funny. Although we absolutely had a theatre, like bit of theatre in the last game of the year. Adelaide Freo, and it was literally winner place finals. And you don't often get that. Like a lot of the times you get like someone to play the last game that like one of the teams can make it, but the other team's already in or is whatever. This was literally winner place finals. And I thought that was very, very cool. And it was a good game of footy too, very close the whole way through. And now we have finals coming up, which is exciting times. 3 games at Icon Park and 1 game at Norwood Oval.
Yeah. It's quite funny how it sort of panned out, to be honest. I just feel the way that it worked out. What I mean by that is like the season's been so unpredictable, and we've seen the Saints go on a winning streak. We've seen the Crows falter. We've seen, teams like Carlton and West Coast bounce into the 8 and all these things. And it's like unpredictability in that back half. But then when we get to it, it's like it's almost balanced back out towards the predictability of it. Like Adelaide getting a home final. It's like, they probably should have
around. The normal teams are there. Like you're absolutely
North Melbourne have engraved the trophy already.
It's like unpredictable, but then you look at the finals and you're like, oh, Roos, Melbourne, Brisbane, top 3, and you're like, okay, like it's just fucking normal then. Like it's just a regular year of footy in this fucking competition, and great.
And you just see in the second week of finals footy, and it's like, oh, the winners of the elimination finals have to go play either like Brisbane, Melbourne, or Hawthorn.
Brisbane at Brighton Homes, and it's like, well, what's the fucking point?
It's like, oh, well, at least we made it the first week in November. You know what I mean?
It is literally like take the Saints for example. Obviously, play Adelaide. If we win that game, it's like, oh, that's great. Brisbane at Brighton Homes or Melbourne at Casey. Good luck. Fuck hell. Having to go to Norwood and then one of those 2 teams. And then I think it crosses over to the other side of the bracket and we play fucking North. And it's like, Jesus.
It's just like,
what's the
point?
At
least I'm getting out any extra week's good week of pay. You know what I mean? Like, the sponsors are going to love this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But we said it before. It's basically, instead of doing predicting who's going to win the flag, because we all know who's going to win the flag, it's, geez, imagine now if they don't win it. That'd be the biggest upset in the history of the sport. Like it's history of any sport, I think. But regardless, we thought we'd predict who's going to come second. Because in this year, you make the grand final, that's a flag. And I reckon you should be able to put up a trophy, being like came second in North this year.
Participation awards.
Yeah, we came second in North this year, and that was pretty cool.
Imagine that. You go down to like Casey Field and you just see like, oh, and here's the AFLW seconds trophy.
Well, we almost had it, but we had to play the
grand. We were there that day.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
So who do you think will finish second?
Well, it is hard to tell because each of these teams at different times this year have like given me. It's going to be one of the top 4. Like I don't see a team from 5th to 8th making their way. And Carlton have had a good year. Adelaide are obviously always like in a decent spot, but they've had a tougher year and they've got Chelsea Randall who's still not really playing and everything like that. But I think much like the men's team, the Brisbane Lions have hit their straps at the right time to come a close second against them. Unlike the men's team where it's like they've hit their straps and they're going to go all the way. They're not going to go all the way, but I think it's going to be Brisbane in the grand final against North.
Yep. I kind of agree. I really feel like there's a Melbourne sort of, I think they're just the way they've been able to be consistent enough and they've found a way to win games this year. Even when yeah. And it's just like they might be pushed and they might be, to be honest, Melbourne could be the type of team that has actually probably been playing the last few weeks in 2nd, 3rd gear. Yeah. Locking in a top 2 spot and or top 4 spot and getting themselves in a good position to launch. There's no pre-finals bye for the AFLW, so it's like you're pretty much going to get what you've seen this week.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be a very interesting sort of first week of it. Unfortunately, your trip is the worst.
All at Oval against one of the great teams that's ever played in this comp.
Well, the best team to play at Norwood, honestly, is the Adelaide Crows, AFLWs. And I'm even, you can count Norwood in that too.
I was going to say, you're including the Norwood Sandford team. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, they're very, very good there, which is always going to be fun. So that'll be a really interesting trip. Again, Saints beat round one this year, but I was saying before, very different teams this time around. So I get it. I am really, really interested in the Carlton West Coast game because there's two matches this week that are direct. Like you go back to back and you play the same team the next week. So Roos Hawks go again this week.
Or Hawthorn.
Yeah, I know that fucking sucks. Roos Hawks go again, and Blues Eagles go again. And Blues Eagles, I didn't watch it, but I woke up the next morning. It looked like it was a pretty fucking close game. So I was like, all right, we're a chance to have another cracker. I'm looking forward to that game. And it's like the reverse because the last one was in Perth, and now we're at Icon this week, which is exciting.
The thing is, as well, if say the Blues and the Crows win, that's probably the predictable outcome. Oh, you kind of almost, we're talking about you see the top four being the top four in the prelims and stuff. Last year we saw Port come from nowhere. They beat the Hawks and ended up playing, unfortunately, North in a prelim. Yeah. But there is a Carlton and an Adelaide there that can go. They won't probably make the granny, but there is a
Adelaide, I think. Yeah.
There's a sense of there could be a straight sets because of one of those two teams.
Adelaide play like Brisbane or Melbourne the next round. They could maybe do that. Like that's maybe a doable game for them. So I don't know.
We'll wait and find out.
You'd hate to be like Sydney. I don't think enough is being made of Sydney's monumental meltdown yesterday, where all they had to do was win and they were in the finals. West Coast, after their loss, were like devastated. They were like, it's not going to happen because Sydney are playing Essendon. Essendon on an 8-game losing streak. Hadn't even looked like winning for months. And they go out to an underwater swimming pool that was the Coffs Harbour football oval yesterday. And they just lose. Like, I don't think enough is being made of Sydney being really disappointing this year for a large majority. For a team that, like, averaged the highest crowd attendance of any team, had everything going for them, had a few injuries and stuff here and there, but, like, they should have won this game. And that's a massive, massive choke. Like, that's a huge, huge result to not make finals.
I'm missing Chloe Malloy this week too, which probably hurt. But, yeah, you're right. Like, I even look at, and I know Fremantle probably similar in terms of their form this year, and definitely Port Adelaide, who, you look at it and there's their percentage away from making the 8. And I look at, we talk about Sydney, monumental stuff up. They could be the ones playing the Crows at Norwood, and then all of a sudden the Saints are playing Carlton. And then again, it's a different outlook because then you look back and it's like Carlton lost to the Saints only a couple of weeks ago, and it's all of a sudden then it's a bit different. Same with Port Adelaide. You want to point out games that they could have cemented a spot. Games against the Saints where they were 36 points up, lost the game. Round 1 against Fremantle, lost by a goal. Lost to Geelong by a goal. Like these things, Saints
have that exact thing as well. Like they choked a 20-point lead to West Coast in the last quarter. Near the start of the year, they win that game. They get a home final now. They were already in the finals as of last week. Like there's been like that for a lot of teams this year. And you look at the season as a whole, and there's like just looking across the social and stuff, and there's a lot of like teams that are very disappointed with what they've had. Richmond have notably put in a review of their AFLW program because they've just done nothing for a really long time, and I'm glad that they're taking it very, very seriously. Obviously, Essendon were pretty disappointing, but had a few injuries. A lot of people are very upset about the Cats, who a lot of people tipped to be in the grand final this year or pushing that top 4 spot, and they just did not even fire a shot all year. Like, not once this year did they even look like they were going to be anything good, which is crazy to me.
Definitely is. And even like you look at teams like Collingwood as well.
Collingwood, like you can see the youth coming through. Whereas like you look at a team like Essendon or the Cats, and it's like they haven't really got
the Dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, they haven't really got like that young youth, that star that's coming up. Well, you look at Collingwood, it's got Ash Central. You look at the Suns, Havana Harris. You look at like those teams that are down the bottom have one of those stars that they can rely on and depend on. Whereas Essendon don't have that. Geelong don't have that. The Dogs don't have that.
With the Western Bulldogs, it's very amusing that the men's side sort of form and season that they had of missing finals kind of correlated into the women's team as well, as they have this massive percentage of 126. It's the biggest out of the bottom 10.
Same footy.
And they're 12th. Like, do you think, like it's I find it very funny to see similar correlations in between the two sides.
Like Brisbane correlate in a good way. So do Hawthorn. They correlate in a pretty
Sydney
good way.
correlate the same.
Sydney correlate. That's what I was saying. Sydney was one I was about to use as an example. The Dogs, like you said, Essendon correlate the same way. Very funny stuff happening all around. But yeah, AFLW Finals is going to be very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am too. I'll tune in. Probably not this weekend. Just things on, but
the things happening.
But no, in all seriousness, you tune in. Last year's final series was great because there was a lot of upsets. There was a lot of things can happen, and you just never know when it comes.
And people rock up to AFLW Finals games. Like people go to those games, so that's exciting as well.
Yeah, I mean Norwood Oval will be packed. You'll get 5,000 people there. Icon Park, you're definitely getting a big crowd, especially for the teams like North and the Blues. Those fans will turn up. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it all goes, and who knows? We'll just see how much North Melbourne win by.
Looking forward to it. Should be good.
Yeah, love it. Speaking of fixtures, obviously we've seen the AFLW Finals fixture for week one. There's also been rumblings of the AFL fixture that we've been talking about, and I tell you what, honestly, I think it's been blown out of proportion because it's our own fault. Yes. Because for some reason we mentioned it, and all of a sudden fixture talk has happened. And then, I swear, most of our conversations throughout the week have been about fixtures, and we were talking about Ed Sheeran and things like that. And it's like,
we said it wasn't happening, and then it happened.
Do you feel? I don't know how you feel now because you work within the club, so it doesn't really matter. You're going to be attending every game pretty much anyway. But me as a fan, I get this sense of almost like fixture anxiety because one, for example, like a local footy player, you would love your club, but then you go play footy, so some games will be cancelled out because they might be playing at the same time. And then you have to base it on the fact that you have to look at how your team played during this year. And, teams that are in the bottom 10, they're going to get the shittier fixtures and time slots. And it's like I'm almost hoping that we're getting the Sunday 440s and things like that. And you can go to
both and also play. It's both.
Yeah, so it's like that. But then also you think of the families. It's like, younger kids will want to go to the early Sundays or the Saturday Arvos, and you want your blockbuster games. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, the fixture's probably going to be announced in 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm fucking nervous, man. I'm just like, all right, who are we playing round one? That's always the biggest one. And then it's like, you try and line up some trips and things.
Yeah.
Fixture anxiety is a real thing. And I think fans in particular feel it more than clubs.
Before it became my literal job to go to these games, I had the same sort of thing of wanting to, make sure I could get to as many as possible. And now that I literally do it for a job, I'm like, okay, well, obviously it still matters to me because I'm like, what trips am I doing? How often am I going to have to travel? All these kinds of things. This year was tough for the Saints because it was we lived in South Australia for the first month. We went to Perth twice, went to Alice Springs once. It was a lot going on. There was heaps happening. So that one kind of sucks. So the next year, my thoughts are maybe it won't be as hard. And also the Saints are a very now more relevant team now that all these signings have happened and all these different things. So maybe they'll give us more Friday nights or whatever. We might take over that Essendon slot of the bad team that gets
great.
But we'll take the Essendon slot of the bad team that gets put in the good spots. You know what I mean? And now Essendon are going to get shunted to the Sunday, which is probably what I think is going to happen. Very, very interesting. And I'm looking forward to, like you said, there's been a lot of chat over the last little while. I think it's so funny that, like, obviously there's this chat about the opening round fixture, the one in Victoria that could be happening between the Saints and the Pies. I think what is going to end up happening is eventually they're going to keep adding a game to opening round until all of a sudden there's 9 games again, and then it's round 1 again. Like, I just think that's what's going to happen every year until eventually it just happens normal.
I agree with that, but also I reckon the AFL will be that stubborn and that
they'll still call it opening round.
They'll still call it opening round. Like, this is the opening round, and then next week's round 1. They're like, oh well, we're keeping the tradition of Carlton Richmond on Thursday night in round 1, aren't we?
It's like we've all played a game already. It's so funny. I think they're eventually going to add it. What I think is eventually going to happen, not obviously this year, but I think like in a couple of years down the track, they will have all the Sydney teams and the Queensland, the Sydney teams and the Brisbane teams, the Gold Coast. They will play their home games in round 1 kind of thing. So they'll combine the two. They'll do like opening. It is round 1, but all the home teams are playing in those states kind of thing. And then you have a lot of teams going up and down and everything like that. That's how I think they're going to do it. But this year's so funny because it just feels like they're just going to keep adding games until we get to that point.
I like, and in a second we'll predict the opening round fixture and do what we think would be doing. But I like the idea of having, we have all these Queensland games, but then there's still that Sunday night where it's like, all right, we'll lock in a Saints Pies, for example. Yeah. And then it's almost, and how I look at it is, you go, all right, we've done the opening round, but then the Sunday night's back in Melbourne. It's like, all right, and now we lean into next week, which is Melbourne.
Back to Thursday, 3 days later, again. Yeah.
So then they're maximising the growth they want to do in the northern states, but then also maximising the profit on having a Sunday night game at the MCG, getting a big crowd. That game, if they do Saints Pies, which, normally when there's a fixture rumour, it just is 100% true and there's just no problem.
I'm almost certain it's probably going to happen.
Yeah. And I like it because Saints Pies, as you said, the Saints are an attractive side in a sense that they have, they have these big players, big signings. They've got optimism and freshness around the club and everything like that. And it's like, and against the Pies, it's just like, all right, you want to stick an up and coming team against one of the heavyweights on a Sunday night? Bang, there you go. They're trying to maximise Sunday night fixtures, even better. Also, the same weekend as F1's in town, same weekend Ed Sheeran's in town. They want to make this thing a fucking party.
They'll make it a spectacle, and they know that because it's an opening round game in Victoria, neutral fans will want to go because it's like footy is back for the first time. Like men's footy is back for the first time in 6 months. They'll just want to be there. Like, it's a Sunday night at the G, public holiday the day after. People will be like, yeah, we'll go and we'll get pissed and we can go to the footy and whatever. We can abuse the Saints players over the fucking fence or whatever. That's what will happen. I think they'll really lean into it and it'll be a massive game. There'll be people fucking everywhere. And I'm keen.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Like, the attraction of having people that are international fans that are traveling to, say, Formula One.
Another thing, it's such an international draw as well. Yeah.
Correct. Like, you get people coming from the F1. They're like, oh, cool, we've got a footy game to go to after the race. Imagine just painting the picture. Like, Oscar Piastri's just won in Melbourne. Fans are off their fucking rocket. And you've just got a sea of orange.
Let's go to the G.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, GWS are here. No, actually, it's just McLaren fans charging their way towards the G.
And they'll set up buses from Albert Park to the G. They'll do the whole works. They'll set it all up so that it's a perfect circuit in Melbourne that weekend. And it's very exciting. I think I also realized as well is that weekend is usually also around the same time as the NBL Finals. There is a very real possibility that weekend is F1, Saints Pies on the Sunday, and one of the NBL Finals games that's in the final series is on like the Saturday or the Monday or the Friday as well. And it's just like there's fucking sport everywhere. Like, people are just watching shit, and it's very exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
I don't see the attraction for the NBL, but you go for it.
People have it in Melbourne.
But you know what? They'll be absolutely vibing, and it'll be great. And you have 90,000 people at the G to watch the Saints lose by 45 points.
No, I actually reckon we thump the Pies. That's my absolute opinion right now. I reckon we beat Collingwood by 12 goals in the opening round. That is, I've never been more confident of a Saints belting in my life than that game.
I never trust your feelings, and this is also very November chat. So yeah, welcome to November football.
Absolutely.
All right, let's predict the opening round. Well, we can do round 1 too. I think we just do round 1 together. But we have predicted our opening round matchups, which line up. So we are thinking there's 5 games for opening round. All the Queensland teams and New South Wales teams are linked, and then obviously St Kilda Pies we are predicting to be at the end. So how about you go first? What's your opening round looking like?
Here we go. My opening round. Thursday night at 7:20 p.m. This is Victorian time, I'm saying, not real time like you. 7:20 p.m. on a Thursday. The Brisbane Lions versus the Geelong Cats. Classic grand final rematch. Love when they do it early in the year. I just think it's a slam dunk. Nice and easy. Big Victorian side. Brisbane open the season. They've won a flag. They can unveil their flag. First game of the year, they can unveil their flag. Literally couldn't do it wrong. Second game, Friday, 7:40 or 7:50, whatever they decide to do. Sydney versus Carlton at the SCG on a Friday night. It writes itself, obviously. For obvious reasons, it is a writes itself kind of moment, and I think that is just what they're going to lean into massively. So that's that one. Saturday at the 1:40, the early one, they did this the other year. Gold Coast versus Melbourne. I think they're going to go the Suns versus the D's early on a Saturday in the Gold Coast Sun. And then Saturday night, the Giants are going to take on the Hawks for a very exciting, an exciting battle on a Saturday night between 2 up-and-coming teams and teams that people think are going to be close to a flag. And then obviously Sunday night at 7:20 or whatever, Pies versus Saints. Do we have the same? Do we have the same matches?
Just a disclaimer for everyone at home. We didn't discuss this beforehand. This is purely off the bat. We're pretty fucking spot on almost. But what I took into account is talkings of clubs not wanting to do opening round.
Yeah, understandable.
And I know the Blues are one of those, which is fair enough. And so are the Pies. But now the Pies are the fact, we're playing at the G. All of a sudden, we might play a home game in February. We're open to that, aren't we?
Yeah, probably.
Well, my opening round is, same. We kick off. I love the idea. If we're going to do opening round, you have the Premier kicking it off with unveiling the flag. So Brisbane Cats on the Thursday night, which would be fantastic. I did Friday night to be Suns D's. I think the Suns have earned the right to have a Friday night affair. I've gone the Twilight to be the Giants Hawks, similar to what the final was this year, which was fantastic. The Saturday night, we're getting the Swans versus the Dogs. Now, my thinking behind the Swans and Dogs is we had a ripper game at the SCG earlier this year between the two. But you want to pinpoint 2 clubs. You've got Darcy and Norton and a team that's trying to prove themselves to be a top 8 contender. And you travel up to the Swans, who have just got Charlie Kerno. They've missed a year on finals. And we know the Swans, when they miss a year on finals, they come back and slap you in the face with a top 4 finish.
That's true. That is very, very, very true.
And I think you would get a good attraction there. And then, Sunday night, we airtime the NBL, or we give airtime to obviously Formula One, which is the pinnacle of motorsport. Everyone should pay their respects to it. And we get the Saints Pies. I think that Saints Pies game probably goes back a little bit because I think they want to have travel time. So I reckon we're getting a 7. I was thinking 7:40, 7:50 stupid time.
Yeah, that's fair. I get that. And also, like I said before, there's a public holiday the next day, so I don't think they'd be too worried about the traveling home aspect kind of thing. We are very, very similar, though.
Well, we are similar. And painting the picture of traveling home. There's NBL, Formula One, and the MCG. That train station's going to be very...
train.
I'm riding a scooter.
You'd just hang around, wouldn't you? You'd just be like, I'll just go sink beers at a pub.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just sitting around till it gets quiet somewhere. Like, I'm not doing this.
I'll probably be gassed from fucking watching cars go around for 58 laps. Ew, 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 ew. Opening round to be won by Oscar Piastri.
I like it.
And yeah, hopefully there's no cyclones and no issues,
Nothing
and
to stop us from watching it this year.
and hopefully, yeah. I think the tone was set for that. If you wanted to talk about like a rundown of the AFL season 2024, the tone was set with opening round being fucked up by the cyclone. Right.
Yeah.
And then we just got a bang average season of footy with games that were good in there, but overall, you put a blanket over it all. And it's just like, well, this was just a season. Unless you're a Brisbane Lions fan, forget
And it
about
was
it.
kind of a nothing result in the end. Like, we didn't really have any like surprise grand final winner. It was just the team that won it the year before. Like, it was nothing. It was
Correct.
such a nothing year. But that's okay. Like, you're right, it set the tone. And the fact they didn't play one of the makeup games until literally the last round of the year was obscene as well. So
And the biggest thing of all that is the makeup game had fucking Essendon in it.
yeah. Who were already so bad. Like, they were so bad. Oh.
Thank you, Port Adelaide, for not only saving the season by beating the Suns and giving us a will to watch that game, but also ruined the Crows' season. I will never forget that. So that's opening round.
Yeah.
I think you're getting capacity crowds, you're getting excitement, you're getting the build up, and you're getting the season starting the right way. And I reckon both of those that we picked, I think you're getting a sense of maybe opening round isn't that bad.
That's the thing. Like, maybe it's okay, and like especially the ones with the storylines. Like, past years we've had like Gold Coast, Richmond, and like that was like okay, but it's not like this big thing. Like, Richmond weren't really meant to be any good. Gold Coast, Essendon had like nothing behind it. Like why did they they were just picking that at random? Whereas this year you put a storyline behind each one, and it's like, okay, that's fine then. Like, especially you lead the season with the premiers. You get these little things going. You get Charlie Kerno's first look and so on. Like I'm saying, like obviously you've said the Blues don't really want to do an opening round, which I get as well, absolutely. But I think if the AFL turned around and said, we'll give you a lot of money to do this, they'd be like, okay, fine.
But I reckon the attraction isn't doing it at the SCG.
Mm-mm.
That game is Marvel, and that is a Sydney Carlton at Marvel is a Thursday night attraction.
Yeah, that's fair.
They probably games like that. We talk about like Suns D's, and it's like you can get away with doing that in opening round because everyone's anticipating for that. But like a game like Swans Carlton, you've got all these games where it's like round one, you've got Anzac round, you've got gather round, you've got all this. Imagine like waiting, you have to wait till like round 8 or 9. And this is where you build up all your way to, that's a mouth-watering clash in the middle of May. And you're watching the Swans take on the Blues at Marvel. And it's Charlie Kerno's return game.
I think that's the key. Especially you look at like all these player movements and stuff. I think you have to put that into account. Because it will sell tickets. Like, you try and spread them out across the year so that you can gain like at least one game each round where it's like a pretty like blockbuster kind of thing. I think if they were going to do Sydney Carlton, if they didn't do an opening round like in Sydney, I think they would do it early in the year in like round 2 or 3, because Blues fans and Swans fans to a degree as well both tend to sort of stop showing up if their team isn't doing very well. And I think you need to play that early in the year so that Blues fans still want to go to the footy, and so do Swans fans. So it'd be real early, but they would do it at the G on a Friday night. Like they would Friday night G Blues Sydney in like round 2 or something like that, and they'd make it really big. Like they would make it this big spectacle. That's if you don't put it in the opening round anyway.
That's fair. I guess you can't really speak for experience because your club's going to have one of those anticipation games every week with the amount of fucking players you took.
Looking forward to it. I know we'll have to play
my God, St Kilda Carlton. Oh my God, West Coast St Kilda. Oh my God, who else did you get?
Gold Coast St Kilda.
Oh my God, Gold Coast St Kilda.
They'll do Carlton St Kilda early in the year as well.
Oh my God, Melbourne versus St Kilda because Jack Steele left. Oh my God, it's the almost game of St Kilda versus Geelong.
And the Giants.
And the Giants. I can't wait till Port play for our 440 at Optus for the Will Brody Cup.
The Will Brody Cup. Port Giants. Port Giants at 125 on a Saturday. That's what I'm fucking keen for. Like the early game on a Saturday, Jacob Ware, who's playing for the fucking Port Adelaide Magpies that day, gets to go into the stands afterwards and watch his former team play the team.
Give me 120 on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Carlton Port. Give it to me. Corey Durden. Do not walk out without any protection, brother.
That's going to be awesome. Yeah.
So round one. Do you want to do round one together?
Yeah, we can just go through it, which is this one can be pretty easy. Obviously, we know the Richmond Carlton one is happening, so that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
What other one? I don't know what other like guarantees you can put in there.
I would love to do an Adelaide versus Brisbane on a Friday night.
That would be cool. They tend to like to do, especially after the opening round, but that could actually
Double
change.
G.
But because Saints Pies is probably going to be on the G, they might change that, and they might even go like a showdown on a Friday.
Nah, that's not a given.
Straight off the bat.
No. I tell you what, I won't do a showdown in round one. Because the last time a showdown was played, it was 95 points.
Yeah, fair.
And it's kind of lost its aura after that.
For now.
So maybe put it on the back burner and we maybe throw it in at a 410 on a Saturday just to
ease themselves back into it. And then
just bring it back. And it's
a decent fight, then you're like, okay, like later in the year, you can have one back.
Yeah, we get the first home game, so it feels like at least, yeah.
I'm happy to go Adelaide Brisbane though. I think Adelaide Brisbane's a good one.
I think they do, yeah. So Blues Tigers, Brisbane Adelaide. I feel like you can throw in one of your big marquee games in here, like lately they've done a Collingwood Geelong or they did Collingwood Dogs. So I reckon you can get one of those in. Yeah,
you get one of those in on the Saturday night, and I reckon you take like a good interstate team. So let's say you take
So you're getting a Swans.
Yeah. You put a Swans on a Saturday night, but they're playing in Victoria.
Well, we might as well do Carlton.
No, well, they're playing Richmond. They're playing Richmond straight off the bat. Yeah,
we may as well not do Carlton.
They play.
They're getting the Cats.
We say Collingwood. We could do Collingwood Sydney.
Collingwood Sydney. We could do Collingwood Sydney
on a Saturday night. Oh, yeah, no, that works. Yeah, Collingwood Sydney on a Saturday night. I like it.
I reckon you're throwing in. They're going to get them out of the way. So it's like we're getting a first home game of the year because they're playing Fremantle. Get a layup and they're getting to Richmond.
Yep, Freo Richmond early days on. Oh, will they play a Perth game on the Saturday though? That's the only thing.
No, we're probably getting that's the Sunday twilight. That's what we're
okay. You put the Sunday twilight, which means West Coast will be playing away against the D's early Saturday. D's versus West Coast straight off the bat on a Saturday at 1:15.
Yeah, don't mind that. Give them a nice one early. I honestly think, and there's rumblings of this, but I think we got the away game last year for the home one. So maybe that hurts the Brisbane Adelaide. So maybe Brisbane get back-to-back home games. But Port Essendon is a Saturday 4:40 affair.
Happy with that. Definitely happy with that. I think it goes Saints Giants on Sunday 3:20.
Yep.
Saints Giants Sunday 3:20 in Western Sydney, I believe, would be the way to go.
Yep. I reckon you're getting the Sun. I reckon you might get the old Dogs taking on the Suns.
I was about to say Dogs Suns as like the twilight Saturday maybe, or the early Sunday.
No, because I think they're both two like top 8 contenders. So you're probably getting.
Oh, they do love a Saturday twilight. Like they like putting two good teams on Saturday twilight.
I would do Saturday twilight and bump the Port Essendon to Sunday 1:20.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I like that. And then who's left? Oh, we have North. North and Geelong is the last one you have left over.
Straight down the category.
Oh, you have Hawks Essendon too.
You have to do Hawks Essendon.
Oh yeah, they went first round last year, but I reckon they'll do that again.
Hawks Essendon first round. That's probably almost a Friday night kind of operation, and we just shoved the Brisbane Adelaide to a Saturday night affair.
Yeah. And then North Cats, and the Cats win by
North Cats
140 points.
Well, that's whatever time slots left. Really, you could throw it out on a Monday at 3:00 for all I care.
I like the way we did that. I think we've nailed it. If that comes through as like completely true, I'm going to be very, very happy.
Make the graphic for it, and we'll reconvene in a couple of weeks when the fixture
I'll make
comes
the
out.
graphic without the times on it because if we get the matches right, that's a win in my book.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
like tipping.
Yeah. We'll just get the matches right. I won't leave the times on it. We'll just say our predicted what we think is going to happen in round 1 and opening round, and then we'll be there.
Exciting times. Fixtures. It's exciting. New fixtures are always good fun, and well, I don't know about new AFL rules.
I was
and
about to
changes.
say new rule changes, not so much fun.
I don't have them up in front of me, but
obviously there was a lot of sort of different things coming through. The ones that were mainly spoken about is the obviously the centre bounce rule, the last touch or last disposal, and the stand rule has obviously been changed up as well, which is very, very funny. The way they worded that is hilarious. My favorite one is the centre bounce rule. So excited for that. Like, really, really keen. I was going to make you
I wonder why.
because Tom Decoding's about to become a Brownlow nationalist.
Generally, and I might do it like an in memoriam for some of these ruckmen, but
man,
it's
Brody
nice.
Not like bye, Brody.
Short and sweet. It's been a pleasure.
Bailey Williams, not that you have one in the first place, but
Aaron Sandlands is crying in his grave right now. Like
Nick Nat Nui is like, what the fuck?
I tell you, who comes into play. Tim English might become more of a forward next year because
absolutely.
Darcy is just about to. Hello.
I hate that. Kane Corns is going to be like, fuck. He's going to be in every ruck contest now. Luke Jackson says, piss off, Sean Darcy. You can go and sit wherever you like. I'm going to take every ruck contest.
I tell you what. You want to talk about ruckman that time they run well? Oscar McInerney retiring at the perfect time.
It's like he knew. He was like, fuck, I'm done.
It's all, yeah, you got the hint. You got the 2026 like little report, and he's gone, nope.
Do you reckon the Crows saw that rule come through and they go, fuck, we got to get rid of Rob? They're like, shit.
We signed him at the wrong time.
Fuck, we got to get rid of Rob. They're just like looking frantically through the sandful for a jumping rope.
Yeah, because what's his name? Like, what is it? Like Braun Strowman or whatever his name.
I think they got rid of him too.
Yeah, they delisted him. But no, like, the Crows have gone, all right, we've signed Rob on an extension, played him in the final, he's kicked a ball off his shin, and now we've got this rule change.
Oh boy. That's a shame. Yeah, there's a few teams that are looking at it like, fuck, the Blues just got even worse. They're like, fuck, Pitto. No, not Pitto. Todd Goldstein. You know, Todd Goldstein was like, I want to play at another team next year. Now he's probably like, nah, actually, I'm right.
I think the Ammos are looking pretty good, Toddy boy.
That's a fantastic rule change. I'm a big fan of that one. I also like the last disposal one as well, which is obviously, like you said, it's been played in the Sandful and local leagues pretty much everywhere for a while now. The AFLW do it as well, obviously. And
it was a no-brainer.
I think it's a good one. I think this is just a natural progression of the game. It takes out a lot of the time that people have been wasting. I'm a big fan. I like it. I like it in the AFLW as well. I'm a big fan of the AFLW.
I honestly as well, I don't see the big hoorah about Ruckman losing more. I mean, the amount of contested work we've had throughout the years where it's just been tapped over the line or it's just rolled out of bounds from a stoppage. Just like, it's not going to change. We might have a few less stoppages.
You'll still have those. Yeah, you'll still have those. They still exist. Like,
you're still getting your tackles around the ground, contested work. Like, it's not changing so much. It's the centre bounce that's changing massively. But everything else is like, you might have 10 throw-ins per game that you're doing, and now you're going to probably go like 6-7.
Are you lining that up for fucking that whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fantastic. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. No, I agree, though.
Yeah. Well, It's like the Saints and the women in the AFLW, you know? He went from 6-7 to the end today.
Anyway. Yes, I did have it. There are other rules. I think there's 6 or 7 other rule changes. But they had
Oh, you know what I did like?
yes.
And I just think it's fantastic because how many times you get fucking annoyed with a kick in, right? And they've shortened the time
People
for you
behind
to
the thing
take.
went like it's play on.
Like, honestly, I would scrap the whole thing. Well, you gotta wait for the flag to be waved. You know, that's bullshit. Let them grab a ball, and you want things to
I
keep
think they
moving.
have stopped that now. I think they've
Yeah,
taken
but
that.
sometimes they stop it because there's another ball on the ground,
Oh yeah. Who cares?
and it's like they're not kicking that one. You know,
Yeah.
let the ball boy grab it, etc. You know, like it's these little things that I think the AFL have been smart and not going, oh, no, we're getting rid of this, getting rid of that, shortening the game time. We will see quarters next year be 26, 27 minutes.
As they should be. Yeah.
And I think that's, if you have a 30-minute quarter, it's because we've seen a lot of goals
Or an injury.
or an injury. And you can't stop that.
No,
But
that's a natural. That's obviously a natural progression.
Yeah. If you're getting a 26, 27-minute quarter, I think the game's done within 2 hours.
And that's good. That's what you want. You want it to be around that. You don't want it to go drag out too long, and then that's where it makes going to the footy hard. That's what would have dropped attendances too. Games getting so much longer. It's like I don't get home now until like 11:45. Like that's ridiculous. So I get that completely. The one that I like that I think people were sort of overreacting to because of the way it was worded, but I think in theory it's actually great. Is like the stand rule now. You can't just run out of the area. That's going to stop so many 50-meter penalties. It's going to stop so many, which is good because
I think
now
it's going to gain more.
Now, no, I don't think it will. I think players are gonna they'll get it drilled into them that like if you are the man that is closest or in that marking contest, you just have to stand there. Like no one's gonna try and do that dropout thing anymore, which is what was getting the 50-meter penalties in the first place. People were trying to run away, and then umpires were picking it based on what was going on. Now that you can't do it at all, I think it drops the 50-meter penalties. I like that rule. I actually think it's a good one.
I think we're getting closer and closer to the point where they won't abolish the stand rule. We will just lose standing on the mark altogether.
Yeah. It'll be like how kicking in danger just disappeared. Like technically they didn't get rid of it, but no one calls it anymore. So it's just like it's just not a thing anymore.
The forgotten rules.
Yeah, the forgotten rules of kicking in danger and just annoying.
But
But
or they don't know how to decide between sliding or kicking in danger.
God, I fucking hate those fucking rules. But no, all the other ones are all okay. There's just like regular. There's just like changes to like shrugging and all this kind of stuff. It's just whatever. It's fine.
Honestly, you can make all the rule changes you want. You can put all these wordings and everything together, and at the end of the day, they're still going to call the fucking things wrong.
Cancun said it right, and I reckon we've said it on this podcast as well. The rule changes that come in are changes to rules that have been brought in to change other rules, and it's like if you just stripped it all back, everything would be fine. Like you just got to figure out the right thing. I think you're heading in an okay spot now, though. Like I think bringing back like the ruck in the middle, just bringing out that kind of stuff. I think it helps a little bit.
Helps in hindsight.
Yeah.
But I think the general problem has been this whole thing with the AFL umpires has been that we've protected them for so long. But this year in particular, they were exploited with the use of interpretation.
Yeah.
Because what they became was an interpretation of individualized umpires instead of the interpretation of the rule.
Yeah.
And that's where it got wrong. They can make these changes. And I'm all for it. I think the majority of them will work. And I think quicking up the game has been a massive focus, and they'll do that. And we want to bring fun back to footy. But if you're going to do a shortened game, you want the product to still be good. And I do not want to see an umpire calling a stand rule because the player was a little bit late to the mark, and that'd be a 50-meter penalty.
Yeah.
I don't want these rules or these changes to become a thing where the umpires can exploit them and be like, all right, this is the main focus. We're going to make an example out of you, and you're costing a team a game or you're costing a goal. You just can't have that, especially in a year where I think it's going to be one of the most unpredictable years in footy. A team losing a game because of an umpiring decision, and we're going to have it. It's going to happen.
It always happens.
But I hope there's a thing next year where we do have some accountability for the umpires, and they come out and it's not personal, but it's just a thing where we say, right, I don't want these to be your own interpretations of, oh, he's a good. You can't possibly have good umpires and bad umpires. It just shouldn't be a thing.
It shouldn't be. You shouldn't be good at it or not good at it because you should all just be good at it. If you're all in the same league, you should all be interpreting things the same and be as good as each other. That's just how it is. But oh well, I suppose it's the same with every sport in the world. You know, people are going to see things differently. People are going to be more likely to penalize certain things, and that's I suppose what makes sport in its purest form. But as long as it's interesting and as long as I have fun and as long as I come out of a footy game going, I enjoyed watching that. And there was a few games this year like that, but not enough. I just want to be able to come out of games this year being like, that was a good fun time. That was pretty good. I enjoyed watching Adelaide a lot this year because they kicked a lot of goals. Oh, that was pretty fun. like they might have lost 120 to 100, but you know, they played fun footy.
I enjoyed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games of footy this year. We beat we beat Richmond, we beat West Coast, we beat Gold Coast, we beat I can keep going.
I get it. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to see some fun footy. You know, as obviously we are fans of our teams, but we're also fans of just like neutral footy and I enjoy watching other teams play because I just like the sport. So hopefully it's enough. Hopefully we can have some fun stuff.
Well, we wouldn't be having an AFL podcast, would we?
Exactly right.
Wouldn't be talking about anything other than Saints of Port, eh?
We do that a fair bit too. You know who enjoy their footy a little bit too much? People that use performance-enhancing drugs to try and be better at footy. Okay, let me rephrase that. I know that he didn't use them to be better at footy. I know that he didn't use them to be better at footy, but Reece Matheson is the funniest thing in the entire world because every single person in the entire world, except for Asada, apparently, saw those photos of Reece Matheson 2 years ago and went, that guy's on steroids. And it took him 2 years to be like, oh, yeah, he was on steroids, actually. And we're like, oh, really? It's just shock.
I like the part where they rocked up to the wrong house. This is not even honestly, I don't even think this is a cop out to Reece Matheson. This is just a thing to say, Asada, you're just idiots.
They are a useless organization, but it's just so funny. Like I just found it so funny that they were literally 2 years behind everybody else. Everyone else saw those photos and were like, he's so clearly on steroids. I don't know what you think is happening. And remember when Reece Matheson nominated for the mid-season draft? And it was like, don't pick him up. He will immediately go on your long-term list because he'll get done.
Correct.
Incredible.
I really like the fact that he utilized and said, oh, yeah, I really have a passion for weightlifting. And now I'm sitting here going, oh, really? But also, at the same time, I've gone, I'm intrigued to see how you go with this now.
Yeah. Fair.
How many times have you watched Rocky, Reece Matheson? Or the Terminator?
Just a couple, I reckon. But yeah, I thought it was funny. And I'm sure, like, you know, I'm sure it's nothing. And, you know, he's obviously going to be serving his suspension, which is very, very funny. But it was just so funny to me that Asada will literally 2 years later on the news that everybody else knew.
Does this rule him out of the EJ Win Legends game?
I feel like it'd count, right? It's all forms of footy, so I suppose. Probably can't even play fucking like AFL 9s. Can you imagine if he goes to like register for like an AFL 9s team and they're like, nah, sorry, mate, Asada.
That's the lowest form of lows. Is just being denied to play AFL 9s.
I never even thought about the fact that, like, yeah, any of those players that have been done before, they try and sign up for someone like, sorry, mate, Asada's ruled you out. Like, I can't put you in.
Between that and Noah Bolter being out due to time restrictions, or
that was my favorite thing in footy last year was Noah Bolter's curfew.
Home by 9.
Can't play away games because he has a fucking 10 p.m. curfew. Oh, so good.
Yeah, there's one other thing that's going to be interesting. You want to talk about people running away from their problems? Horse racing. They're not really running; they're more galloping.
galloping away from their problem.
I don't really see any problems that they're galloping away from, but that's the best segue I had.
It's spring carnival time.
Melbourne Cup. So when you watch this, this will be the day before the Melbourne Cup, and if you watch this after the Melbourne Cup, hope you win.
Congratulations or commiseration.
Condolences, or how much bank account do you lose? I have nothing on this other than the fact that I really like the question of what would you name your horse if you were in the Melbourne Cup?
Yeah, I think it's really, really good. It's one of those things that, like, because the reason we spoke about this is because prior to this, I was saying that there was a horse at Derby Day called Pony Soprano, and that might be my favorite. It might be my favorite horse name that I've ever seen in my entire life. I just thought it was incredible. I just thought it was really, really, really good, and I had a lot of fun. And then we got talking about what you think a good horse name would be.
My favorite horse name ever was Fully Lit because I won it on the other week, and then I got fully lit. Hey, when you turn $10 into 400, and it's the horse's name's Fully Lit, there's only one thing you can possibly do.
You're obviously going to get fully lit. Yeah,
you
that's
can
always
blow it all.
Yeah, that's solid.
Hey, I like name your horse.
I like overly complicated horse names. Like, I love when they're called something that's so hard to pronounce.
Yeah, they're like a Coldplay song title.
Yeah, yeah,
it's all like one word together.
Yeah, or like acquiescence or whatever, and it's like, what even is that? Like, it's an Oasis song, but it's like, you just like say like random shit. I would either pick like a niche WWE wrestler's name or a niche AFL player's name, so that somebody will watch it and watch the race and be like, "Holy fuck!" I didn't even fucking think of that. Like, I'd be like Ezekiel Jackson. My horse's name would be Ezekiel Jackson, or it'd be like
Ezekiel's such a horse name too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'd be like Ezekiel Jackson, or it'd be like Cameron Shenton, or it'd be like, I want to pick like a niche sporting person where you go, fuck, I haven't thought about them in a while, and then it makes you laugh, and then you see it and you go, that's pretty good. It's gonna be really funny. What would yours be?
Oh, well, I've ran with it for the last 13 years, I reckon. And it's Commentator's Curse.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a great name. I'm surprised there's no horse named it.
I know. I can't believe they haven't gone with it yet. But
like, I'm sure there is in Italian horses or something like that. Or someone's just named their horse and it's just in a different language. But you're right, I do like a niche, a niche. Yeah, WWE wrestler would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like the Big Show.
He's a little bit too common.
Like instead of break the walls, it's break the gates.
Break the barriers.
Break the barriers.
Yeah, that's always good. I don't know. I just think being able to remind someone of a thing that you didn't think about in like 15 years, you'd be like, fuck, it's pretty funny. What do you think of 3-man band? Like just unloading some really niche stuff. How about Gangrel? There's Gangrel in the How about fucking
or not even just linking it, it'd be like inside 50.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, oh, inside 50 a footy, but then it's like inside 50 meters and then you're running it home.
Inside 50 is at the 200 and you're like, what? Too many numbers. Yeah.
And then you have another horse in your stable and it's just 50-meter penalty.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd just be good. If I'd ask my mum this, she would just call the horse like Red and then make like the silks always just be red. She has this thing that if the horse is wearing red, it's fast, so it's gonna win. Which I know there's like a lot of Ferrari people similar thing with red car means fast. So I feel like if I asked my mum, this should just be like I'd call it Red and I'd make the jockey wear all red.
Absolutely fair enough, except that if you're basing it on Ferrari, then I wouldn't talk too much about
about right now. About this current point.
About right now. The last race, I think they came 6-7.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
It's been a pleasure once again on this episode.
I hope this episode is like 1 hour and 6 minutes and 7 seconds long. That's okay. Not all of us are like 6'7" or like, have a massive 6